Okay, so good morning. I wanted to address this point that Robert just brought up about the body's intelligence. It has this incredible intelligence, and you were saying, Robert, something that I hear frequently. People say this idea that we detoxify in the opposite order from which we took toxins into the body. Okay? It sounds logical. It's often repeated as if it's the truth. So if we were exposed to something 5 years ago, and then something 4 years ago, and something 3 years ago, and then something 2 years ago, and then something last year, we're going to eliminate last year first, and then 2 years ago. That's the idea. And what I wanted to point out to you is that I believe completely in the first premise, which is the body has what I call virtually infinite intelligence. With regard to its own processes, there's nothing on the planet more intelligent than any organism. And because this is one of the most complex organisms on the planet, there are a few things on the planet with more intelligence than the human body, with regard to its own processes. But that incredible level of intelligence suggests to me that this idea that we eliminate things in the order that we take them in, probably not completely true. Because I think what's going to be true is that the body is intelligent enough to know that the stuff that you encountered yesterday is way more, or let's say 5 years ago, is way more toxic than the stuff you encountered yesterday. And so it's going to start working on whatever is most important to your body. As I pointed out to you guys just a few minutes ago, when we see somebody that is over 60 with hypertension, and sometimes younger, but almost always when they're over 60 and they have hypertension, we'll usually see blood pressure go up. This is evidence that the body is immediately breaking down plaque in the arteries. Okay, and I mean, over the last 15 plus years, we've had 100 and, I don't know, I forget, 170 some people, I think, with hypertension come through this process, 21 days or more. 100% of them leave with below normal blood pressure, which means in 21 days' time, the body has removed enough of the plaque from the arteries and taken care of whatever else it might need to take care of, that blood pressure has been able to go often from over 200 systolic pressure to below 120. That's a pretty massive shift in 21 days' time, or 28 days' time if we include the 1 week of refeeding. Okay, that these people, and the reason, by the way, that these people always do that long is because if someone contacts me and says, I have hypertension, can I eliminate with fasting? My answer is yes, and you need to fast at least 21 days. Because if they fast for 2 weeks, then the chances are good they won't complete the process. So they almost always comply and do what I recommend they do. And we see it eliminated. Again, I believe that this is not because the hypertension was the last thing to occur. I believe the body's been developing this problem for 20 or 30 years in most cases. I believe it's because instead it's probably one of the most important things the body can accomplish. And so the body puts its energy into making that happen right now. Even though there are other things that might have happened more recently and therefore, according to the theory I stated, would be resolved more quickly, they're not. The body takes care of what's most important. And again, I mean, for me, this is good news because it's a more intelligent approach and because it simply confirms this incredible intelligence of the body. Okay, our bodies are beat up and they're intoxicated from all kinds of stuff around us all the time, even if we're not shoveling in ourselves. And yet, when we give the body a chance, it knows exactly what it needs to do right now first, and second. And it's not like it can only do one thing at a time. The body is capable of doing multiple things at one time. However, there is a finite amount of energy available to the body. So the body can't accomplish everything at one time. I mean, think about this. If it had an infinite amount of energy, then theoretically it could accomplish everything instantly. It would just put all the energy necessary to achieve everything it needed to right now in this moment. But that doesn't happen. It takes time, and it takes time because there's a process involved, and it takes time because there's only so much the body can do at any one time. And if it's putting all of its energy into cleaning out the arteries, then it might not have energy to take care of something that's less important today. But it will get to it. Okay, and so as I mentioned to you, you guys, all of you guys are going longer than 21 days. And you will probably all notice that if there are things that come up on the 22nd, 25th, and 26th, and 42nd day that would never have come up had you stopped at 21 days. Okay. So again, I think good news. The body is incredibly intelligent. It will do exactly what it needs to do. If you're listening to this video, if you're watching this video, that means you're alive. And if you're alive, your body still can cleanse and heal. There are very few conditions the body cannot reverse if given the proper conditions and opportunity. I'm not suggesting, I don't mean to suggest that everything can be healed. There may be things that are never going to be healed because we've created permanent damage because they've been there for so long, or it's gotten as severe as it has, but not so many. I mean, I've seen many things, conditions of 50 years disappear over the course of a couple weeks, 3, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. So I have come to believe that there are very, very few things the body can't do because of this incredible, virtually infinite intelligence when we give it the chance. I hope that's useful to you.
Very.